It's nice to see you being alive and stuff.
It is nice to see you being alive and stuff too. It would be slightly creepy if I was dead and you were filming this with me.
I mean, I think we all know who we would be looking at as the primary suspects. She's behind you.
Hello, Joan. Yes, yes. There you go. You can come forward. You can make sure you're seen. She can stare into the soul of everyone that watches.
Yesterday in the mail, I got something very exciting.
Ooh!
Face paint palette of all, well, not all the pride flags, but all of these are different pride flags. Aren't they just amazing?
Those are cute. Oh, so you've got rainbow flag, you've got trans, you've got non-binary, asexual, pan, and bisexual. Since we're doing show and tell, I'm going to quickly show you my thing.
Oh!
Obviously, not for nothing, but just for me. I have gotten the queer Lego set.
Oh, those are awesome. And it says everyone is awesome.
So I am very happy with that one.
Oh no, I need to think of a good entrance. Because you did a good entrance last time. I'm too lazy. I can't be arsed. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Right. Serious faces. Oh no, happy faces. Can you be serious and happy?
I think I'm doing it.
I was trying to find anything I've ever seen.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
I don't think I could do the serious face. We're just going with whatever face I own. Well, hello, I'm Sister Alaska.
And I'm Sister Babushka.
And this is Utter Nonsense.
The show where we pour a cup of hot tea.
And we utter whatever nonsense pops into our heads. And usually there's lots of it and it's very scattered. Like there's so much. Enjoy.
This is basically a very laid back chat between friends. And we're all friends here.
Apart from Sister Joan. She's no one's friend. And we put out a brand new episode on the first day of the month every single month.
So fucking like and subscribe.
Best tagline. Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome when we work as a team. Everything is awesome. Let's talk about what it is we're actually doing today. Obviously, Reddit is full of dark and interesting corners. There's a lot of weird stuff there. And what? Or maybe I just find all the weird bits on the internet. I mean,
Wouldn't surprise me.
and one of the things that I have happened across in my journeys across the internet is a subreddit called AreTheStraightsOK. And we thought it would be really fun to look at some of the memes that are posted in there and, you know, evaluate for ourselves. Do we think they're okay? And we're, instead of saying the straights, we're going for the cis-hets because I think it's a wee bit more accurate.
I am expecting a mix of, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I imagine there'll be some, what's happening? Why is that? They're thinking, I imagine there might be some dark stuff as well. I suppose we'll find out as we go along. But yeah, I think we will probably pop some trigger warnings on for whatever we come across.
One of those kind of videos.
So obviously while we're going through the, fuck you. So obviously we've been trawling through the Reddit posts, and as Alaska was saying, there can be some dark parts of the internet out there, as well as some good parts. So we just want to give a general trigger warning for some of the things that might come up while looking through these memes, such as sexism, misogyny, homophobia, maybe implications of domestic abuse and other things.
These kind of things are not your cup of tea. This might not be the episode for you.
But yeah, just to make sure you've got that warning up front before we dive into everything.
That sounds like lots of fun. I'm so glad we're doing this episode. Can't wait. What I'm expecting is that a lot of these will probably provide kind of jumping off points to talk about lots of different subjects. And then at the end, I reckon we should give our judgment, which is obviously going to be a personal opinion and not scientifically proven whatsoever. But I'm usually right, so.
I mean, if anyone questions the results that we give, we do have Sister Joan here to back us up, and she will enforce our decision. So.
Judge and jury with Sister Joan.
Let's not make her executioner as well. Oh, it's going to be a fun one. I can just tell.
We have le beverage.
Then I suppose we should get to les memes.
You really hyped them up so much.
I know, I made it feel so serious, and I'm like, I just want to make sure people are okay when we start digging into some of this shit.
Hopefully some of them will be okay. I mean, it remains to be seen.
They can't all be bad, surely.
Who wants to start?
I'm happy to start. I'm happy for you to start. Do you want to play rock, paper, scissors for it?
Rock, paper, scissors.
1, 2, 3. You smashed my scissors.
It's right. On to the first meme. Let's do the thing. 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 Do the... I'm feeling very annoying today. I'm going to stop. Let's put that down.
God, I'm glad we're still doing these digitally then. Well then, to the first meme.
So the first, oh, I reacted before I've even read it. So it says, why I like when she wears dresses, like to gander at what's mine. And it's the most awful picture of a girl where the guy's lifting up her skirt, and it's quite like there's a lot being revealed there. The entitlement, I've already felt the rage. What the fuck?
The entitled sense that she is property instead of an actual person.
I don't even know what to make of the look on her face in this meme. Like, are they implying that she enjoys being property? Can I just say, anyone who thinks it's okay, do not lift anyone's skirts or kilts without their permission, ever. Just no. Just no. This is why I brought this. We're gonna no.
Yeah.
I'm already very disgusted. After a great start.
It's so annoying, the fact that it's like, oh yeah, this is my property instead of like my significant other, and yeah, I can do what I want even if that's in public, and apparently that's okay to do in public. Like, what? Why?
I'm gonna put out a theory here. Like, we're only on the first one. My theory is that these memes are basically all going to be toxic masculinity of some variety. We'll see if I'm right, but that's my theory. And male entitlement. But let's see if I'm right. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? The joy.
We need at least 3 to prove the theory. So we have our second meme with the title of "The Reason Why Your Man Goes to the Gym for 3 hours a Day."
There is a problem in gyms, which I think some people don't notice because they're not the target. But there is a problem of inappropriate looks, comments, and touching. And there was, I saw a thing recently about some kind of women-only gyms that were opening, I think it was somewhere in America. And all these men just reacted so badly, saying, well, if we were to do all men gyms, then that would be sexist, and this is terrible, and you shouldn't be allowed to do it. But I've seen so many videos of women literally being grabbed in the gym. I'm going to
Yeah.
swear a lot in this episode. There are a lot of people who don't feel comfortable going because it's not a safe environment for many people, whether it's looks or, you know, physical things that happen like without consent. And it makes me really angry. Is it slim thick or thin thick? Something like that. There is a term for it.
And I didn't realize there was a term for skinny and curvy at the same time. So I've learned something about that.
It's an unattainable standard for most people. Like only a very specific body type would ever be able to achieve it, no matter what you do.
And also it's frustrating, I suppose, because there's that double-edged sword with gyms, actually, because if it's not looks for being too attractive or whatever, there's the other side of it where you get those looks and those comments from people that, oh, why are they at the gym? It's not making a difference to them because they might seem larger. And I'm like, but that's the point of a gym. If you're going to the gym, it's to get fit. So why are you shaming people because they don't fit your gym bod? It's not just people that have a gym bod that use it. It's that fucking making assumptions based on appearance. And people wonder why women and LGBTQ plus people and other sort of demographics of society want a space that's inclusive to them only in their gym when they're facing that. And not to say that these things can't happen in those other gyms, but it's going to be less likely. I mean, I've never heard of a queer-friendly gym that's had these issues compared to your standard broski cis het gym, you know? And the implication that, oh, you're a man or your significant other goes to the gym not to look after himself, but also because, oh, he just wants to check out other people, and making it seem like his actual relationships are worthless because we can have a bit on the side as well. Lovely.
Well, I mean, clearly that's the done thing these days, given what's happening in our government at the moment, which is going to be old news by the time this episode comes out. But, you know, the health secretary breaking all the COVID rules in order to, you know, grope and kiss a friend in his office. And he's so sneaky about it as well. Did you see the video where he's creaked the door open, he's looking around to see no one's here, quick, close the door, let's get on with it. Apparently that's just what people do these days. I have been really tempted recently to sign up to that personal trainer that we did some fundraising for a while back. I'm trying to remember, was it Underdog Health was the name of their business, and it's like an LGBTQ plus personal trainer, and it's very body positive and fat positive, and I was like, this sounds amazing, this is exactly what I need in my life. And they'll do like one-on-one sessions outdoors if you want, because of COVID. They'll do it via Zoom if you'd rather just be in your house and not have random people looking at you. And I would feel so much more comfortable not having random people making assumptions about me in the gym, or worse.
Yeah. Shall we move on to the next meme then?
On to the next meme. So this one, this looks like a typical COVID time, doesn't it? Everyone's in their full head to toe hazmat gear. We should have parties like that, you know. Just saying, like, instead of just letting people randomly mix with, you know, with a mask on, let's go full hazmat because it'd be safer, right?
If you spill a drink, you know you spilt a drink on that suit.
Well, that's okay, because whatever you're wearing underneath is clean. Or are you not wearing anything underneath? Are you not wearing anything underneath your hazmat suits?
I like the thrill.
That's risky. The meme says, for $1,200, we'll come to your house dressed as a COVID-19 rescue team and take you from your wife. We'll go hunting for 14 days, then return you home. DM if interested. I don't even know where to start with this. Did you not just talk to your wife? Because she's a human being. And that's generally, you know, how partnerships are supposed to work. You communicate, you talk to each other. Clearly, as we see in the picture, it is COVID times, and maybe hanging out with like 14 of your bros in the woods, camping together and snuggling up by the fire. I don't know what to do on hunting trips. Maybe it's not safe yet. Maybe your wife is right.
The dishonesty. And also, it maybe sounds a bit like these are random people taking you away. So mixing with random strangers rather than your wife or people that you know. Just no, not during just now. Please no.
Even better, it's random strangers who are doing this with other people. So we're all sharing COVID together, and then you're going to bring it home to your wife.
Great choice. Great choice.
She should just not let you back in. You can go, but then you're gone. That harsh.
I mean, if you're wasting $1,200 to go in and avoid your wife for 14 days, you deserve to be kicked out.
If you really want to avoid your wife that much, it begs the question, why did you marry her?
If you really want to hang out with your buddies in the woods and do whatever you do, I'm imagining Brokeback Mountain here, then maybe that is a conversation to have with your wife. And
I think if you're more interested in bears than your wife, then there's some conversations you need to have there. Pun intended. Next meme.
Oh dear. So this one has two taglines. The top tagline being the fall of another great man, with the explanation, an actual image of a man waiting for his wife to leave the store so they can go home. And underneath, you have the picture of Primark in the background and sitting on the bench, waiting patiently, a skeleton. Tragic.
I just like to say, that skeleton looks pretty fucking happy. I don't think he's sad at all. He's having a grand old time.
If anything, it looks like he died laughing. The fact that he doesn't have his own agency, that if he's waiting, he can't go to the shops that he wants to go to while he's waiting. I mean, if I'm out shopping and my partner wants to go to Primark, I'm happy to go into another shop like Waterstone and get a book. I don't have to sit on the bench.
It's like everyone, or almost everyone, has a smartphone. You know, they'll be fine. And if they want to go to another shop, you have phones. You can just call each other and find out where you are. Like this doesn't need to be a thing.
The thing being, in this photograph, it looks like it's a shopping mall. So there's clearly a food court. You could go get some chips, go to a couple of other shops. I'm sure there's at least one manless store for the man to hang out in.
That always really annoys me. In the UK, we used to have the gadget shop, but then that closed down. And I know that they were marketing themselves, you know, at men, which annoyed me, but at least it wasn't in the name. Whereas there's a version of that now where it's in the name of the shop. It's literally called something like the man's shop or the men's shop. I'm like, I like gadgets, but I don't want to go into your store because you're deliberately excluding me. Maybe think that your target demographic could be expanded and stop being so fucking sexist.
My only other comment on this one is maybe he died because his phone ran out of charge, in which case charge your phone before you go out shopping and take a power bank in case.
Phone batteries these days are not what they used to be. Let's be honest. Like back in the day, you could have sat there for a whole week playing Snake and you would have been fine. Now you get one round of Angry Birds in and that's it. Actually, I have a question about this guy because it looks like he died happy, in my opinion. He looks like he's laughing. But why was he naked? Like literally, this skeleton has no clothes on. He is full on naked sitting out there.
Oh, I know what it is. Clearly, it is the case that she went in to buy him clothes because he lost all his clothes on his hunting trip with his buddies that he paid $1,200 for. So he had to sit there and wait. But because he was being difficult and lying and not communicating with her, like in the first two memes, she didn't know what size he was. And so she took too long and he just died naked. Well, shall we move on to the next meme?
Indeed we shall. So the next meme says, I don't know much about birds, but I can easily identify the husband in this picture. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. And it's just one bird cheeping at another. But apparently, we're supposed to think that, you know, one of them's being henpecked.
I see what you did there.
Yet another stereotype. I can't hide my disappointment at this point. I don't think I could in the first one either, to be fair. If you feel henpecked, maybe you should try listening. Just say it. But I really hate the stereotype around women nagging and men being nagged. And this is like a historical thing. You know, women used to be punished in public and tortured for nagging, apparently. And what she was probably just doing was saying, I've asked you 10 times already, what do you want for dinner? And you've not said, can you just tell me what you want for dinner? Like, it comes down to communication again.
Do we not want to talk to our significant others and have actual conversations? And if they're raising something, unless they're doing it in a very critically harsh way, they're probably doing it for reasons that are, you know, wanting to correct a mistake, talk about an issue, make you aware of something. So yeah, unless it's in an abusive way, I don't feel there's any reason to think that somebody's nagging you for trying to have a conversation or point things out that we can change.
The days of women and children being silent unless spoken to are long gone. Like, everyone should just be treated as an equal human being who has an equal right to talk and be heard. And maybe we should try, you know, communication.
We've all got a voice. It's nice to hear everyone get a chance to speak instead of the privileged few.
Yes. Next.
Next up, we have... I want a man who helps with the kids, cooks like a chef, and loves to listen to all of my crazy ideas. And then the description of men that actually exist, and it cuts to, best I can do is hard dick. Really?
This is how you end up single, folks.
No amount of hard dick is worth this bullshit.
Someone who helps a bit and cooks sometimes and communicates and listens. Those all sound like great things. And if you're not going to offer them, I'm going elsewhere. If we're making the assumption here that men don't want to offer it, there's plenty of lovely, lovely other women and non-binary people and agender people, lots of lovely people out there. And you're just left with nothing but your hard dick.
And when you get old and you're still alone, that'll eventually droop, fucker. But again, the societal idea that, oh, she's just a crazy woman and says all her crazy ideas.
Even crazy ideas are worth listening to. Let's have dessert first, because we're adults and we can choose to do that. That's a bit crazy, but I'm going to say yes.
You know, I want to meet up with friends, and when we meet up, we just go somewhere for dessert, and that's all we do. I want to do that.
I've done that. The restaurant did give us a very funny look when we said we only wanted the dessert menu, but bless them, they went with it. They did it. We just had cake and left.
Just give us what we want.
So that's okay. I will listen to the crazy ideas.
I feel in a relationship, the beginning offer is the hard dick. That's not your final offer. Work up to it, man. All you've got to offer is that. Fuck off.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not going to cut it.
I'm pretty sure we're all aware these days that one, you can get those toys if you want, or if you want the real thing, you can find enough people, or there are people that can be paid for it. Your offer isn't that good anymore. You got to step up the game.
I don't think it was ever that good, to be fair. Sometimes I wish I wasn't attracted to men, you know.
I know that feeling. Shall we keep this meme train a-chugging and move on to the next one?
It says, you can smell, but you can't eat. Gynecologists and pizza delivery guys. I'm... I
have a bad taste in my mouth just reading this.
We wonder why women don't want to go for smear tests and things.
I wonder what could be an off-putting part of that.
That really is so off-putting and disgusting.
This is quite repulsive, that one, really.
I'm being rendered speechless because I feel so sick.
How would that cross anyone's mind doing their job as a medical professional? Let's get the fuck out.
I have another thing about this. So, on a separate note, let's put aside the misogyny for a second and the toxic masculinity, and let's look at the fact that this picture actually represents people of more than one race. So we've got two different coloured people, and we've labelled them. Guess which one is the gynecologist? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, it's the white guy. Apparently, the pizza delivery guy is the one who's not white. No one else think that's problematic? No, just me,
Me and Jonah with you, sister.
I'm just disgusted all round.
I was fucking one of yes. Disgusting!
Disgusting.
We told you there were going to be some great memes.
It's terrible. I regret this video already. To the next meme.
Oh. It's obviously been on a comment thread or on Tumblr or wherever. I know, I was just saying, honestly, I have no problem with gay/lesbian ships as long as they are non-canon. And then underneath, edit. Also, I'm not homophobic. I watch lesbian porn.
Sure.
Because media is really poor on queer representation, but they don't mind queer baiting. There will be shows such as, I remember watching Voltron on Netflix, and there is an implied relationship building between characters, but it's never confirmed with anything. And so people will then ship characters that might be gay, lesbian, etc. So it's basically the person is criticizing that I'm fine with having people ship people together. I just don't want the queer couples to be canonized, because at some point, if it's ongoing media, it can then turn out that, oh, we were right, we guessed it right, and they are in a relationship. Fuck you, whoever doesn't want to see queer representation in media.
So this meme is basically, it's the meme version of, I'm okay with people being gay as long as they don't shove it down my throat. And what they mean by shove it down their throat is actually existing.
Yeah, and anything that they're watching or reading or whatever, they just don't want it in their media.
Oh, you can fuck off.
But they're not homophobic. They watch lesbian porn. So that makes it all okay. You get the boot.
You get nil point.
Oh, you're the UK. Shall we carry on having fun with another meme?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. So the next one is saying girls should be able to walk in the street shirtless, and some hipster dude saying nobody said you couldn't. I think it depends on what country this is from, to be perfectly honest, because there are some countries where it is actually legal. I don't know whether people partake in it because it's legal, or if there's still like social stuff that prevents them from feeling that they're able to. But certainly in the UK, it is not legal for people with breasts to be shirtless in the streets. This is kind of like the Facebook nipple rules, right? Like nipples are fine as long as they're not on someone who has boobs.
Those dangerous female presenting nipples. It's also the fact that the the second person in this saying nobody said you couldn't is clearly not aware of how society treats women when they're fully clothed in the street, let alone if they were to go topless.
It also affects people who, you know, if they're trans or they're non-binary or they're queer in any way and, you know, present themselves differently. Intersex people, you know, are all at greater risk of street harassment.
Any person that shows any difference from the crowd, even if it's not as an LGBTQ plus person, but just skin color, ethnicity, all these things as well.
It's coming from a place of privilege. And the only people who don't seem to be getting this education are the ones who are actually perpetrating it. Makes me sick.
This is not the good kind of sickening.
No.
Shall we move to the next Russian roulette of fun?
Okay, next meme. Which starts off with a great question of, do you understand this picture? And let's be honest, it's 50-50 as to whether I'm going to understand it, because sometimes I'm a bit dim. The picture is someone holding a set of scales, and it's got lots of women on one side who I'm guessing are naked. And then on the other side is a single person who's wearing some clothes. And is that a little heart next to them?
Yeah, a little heart.
And maybe underneath we'll explain it more, because really I don't understand what we're trying to say here. Is it good? Is it saying that like someone with a good heart is better than just lots of random naked people? But then what if the naked people have got a good heart? I don't know.
I think from that top picture, before we get to the meat, I think it's maybe the one person that loves them and there's a deeper bond is maybe worth more than a couple of one-night stands. Or I don't know if that's maybe what the original poster had in mind.
I'm slightly offended that there appears to be some slut shaming going on here.
Yeah.
There are different strokes for different folks. Anyway, there's a reply underneath which says, you need to have a wife and hoes in order for you to have a good balance in life. Like, sure, if it's a consensual poly relationship, as long as everyone's happy, whatever. And if this is not a consensual poly relationship, then you can get to fuck.
The derogatory term of like, oh, they're hoes. You know, I've got my wife in my hoes. It's, oh no, you have your wife and you have your other partners. It doesn't, you don't need to degrade other people just to big yourself up.
And also, like, it's okay for women to be sexual and to have sex lives, and having sex lives doesn't make them sluts or hoes. And I don't understand why we, as a society, why there are different standards put on men, cis het men, because they don't get called hoes.
People need to get over the stigma of people having sex and being okay with that. It's, people can have sex. People are sexual beings if they want to be. Not everyone has to be, but if you want to be, do it. Don't feel shame about it. You shouldn't let society judge you for it. Have as much or as little sex as you want. I think your theory might have something, Alaska.
I'm always right.
Shall we move on to another?
Yeah, can I skip the next one? I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me so angry.
Yeah. We've got plenty to choose from. Let's just go to whatever.
They're all making me angry.
Been a good day then so far, eh?
Just what the actual fuck. So in our next meme, we have what I assume is supposed to represent a typical couple, with the woman looking in the mirror saying, I feel horrible. I look old, fat and ugly, and I really need you to pay me a compliment. And the guy sitting there with his back to her, reading his paper and just muttering, your eyesight's damn near perfect. This is a horrible relationship. He is a horrible person. How could you care so little about someone that you're supposed to be spending your life with, that you love with all your heart?
Again, it's playing into that stereotype of nobody's happily married and all you do is nag and take pot shots at each other, when it's clear that it's such a toxic relationship being shown here.
And of course, at the very bottom, it just says, and then the fight started. Too bloody right. Punch him in the fucking face.
Crack that mirror over his head, I'd say. The woman is asking for a bit of moral support, and the husband couldn't give a flying fuck.
What's even worse, right, is that next to her is a bag that looks like it's a gym bag or like a yoga mat bag or something, which tends to suggest that she's actually trying to work on herself and is really struggling. And he just doesn't care.
The body over time will change.
We all get old and saggy.
Yes, even nuns.
Our boobs might look nice and firm now, but just wait for a few more use. Wait, what? Wait for a few more years use.
Well, I know I'll have mine touched up in a couple of years or so, so I'll get some new firm ones put in.
I'm sorry. The guy in the chair is a dick and he can go suck it.
You know, Babushka has great relationship advice for this. Murder him, keep the life insurance, put him in your beet patch. Great fertilizer.
Oh, this has been a really fun trip through the internet.
Yeah.
It's brightened my day no end.
We've still yet to make a decision about the final question here, which is, are the cishets okay?
Let's get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. What do we think? Are the cishets okay? Certainly these ones are not. There is nothing about any of this that was okay.
This was a garbage fire of humanity.
It was just all utter shite.
It just goes to show there is still a lot of work that society needs to be putting in to making everywhere inclusive and accessible for everyone. And yeah, challenging these entrenched positions, because although we, and probably most of you, if not all of you, hopefully watching this will be like, well, that was horrible. There will still be people out there at this very moment that will probably think some of this was funny or okay. And yeah.
So thanks for joining us for a fun-filled episode. What do we have in store next time?
Not this again for a while.
So would you like to tell us what we're doing next time?
So next time we take Russia. I kid. Next time, what we're going to do is we're going to have a get ready with us session where we're going to be putting on our lovely faces from start to finish, and we're going to chat you through what we're doing, where the white face that you see here underneath all this other fabulous makeup comes from, and talking about the traditions as well as our sort of own journey with that makeup and how we've improved over the last two or 3 years. God, time is just ticking on, Alaska.
We're getting old. When we've done live streams in the past, people have been particularly interested in the makeup and what it's all about and how we do it. Because for a lot of people, they just see the end product and think, oh my goodness, that looks fabulous. And they don't know what the process is to get there and how long it takes. So we thought it would be interesting to kind of share a bit of that with other people. I'm just going to put in a spoiler that some of us take way longer than others. It's me.
I'm not going to lie, it's true.
This is my daytime look. Maybe next time I'll show you the evening look. Hopefully you found this episode educational.
There was quite a few interesting topics that we started to dive into, caused by each of the less than great memes we saw. So hopefully, if nothing else, that was entertaining and educational in some way.
If not, hopefully you at least were entertained by watching us have nervous breakdowns as we got to each meme. If you do enjoy our episodes and you would like to see more, please do like and subscribe And if you're on YouTube, hit the bell notification so you get notified each time we drop a new episode. We also have a Patreon. So if you'd like to support us in the kind of running costs of our YouTube channel and our podcast, please do consider supporting us.
Please share with your friends, spread it like glitter at a party.
Normally at this point, we would do a little celebratory dance, but I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like celebrating after all that.
Maybe we just go, we did the thing.
We did the thing.